So many misconceptions, so many myths surrounding periods, and it's actually a bad news because not knowing what's normal and not knowing what's not normal can really interfere with your daily activities. It can interfere with your lifestyle. It can really decrease your life quality. And when you know what's not good, what's not normal about your periods, you might detect these signs of pathology at the early stages. So I think that we should really talk more about it. Hi, I'm Dr. Olga, OBGYN. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and today I want to discuss the most common myth about periods. The first myth will be that you can get pregnant during periods. Well, female can get pregnant on the day when she's ovulating. We can't point exactly what day female going to have ovulation, but in average it's 14 days before her periods, before her next periods. But some sources even say that ovulation can happen from 10 to 16 days before ovulation. The normal length of menstrual cycle is from 21 to 35 days. Okay, let's look at the average 28 days cycle. If female has a cycle that lasts for 28 days, we assume that she having her ovulation. We assume that she has her ovulation at 14th day of the cycle. And if her menstruation is 5 or 7th day long, well, probably she wouldn't get pregnant. But again, we can't point the day when she's going to have her ovulation. Sometimes ovulation can happen earlier, maybe at the 12th day, for example, or of course it might happen a little bit later. And again, we don't know what day she's going to have ovulation. And let's assume she having her ovulation at the 12th day and her menstruation is 7th day long. And if she would have sexual intercourse, unprotected sexual intercourse on the last day of her menstruation, well, probably she might get pregnant if her ovulation will occur at 12th day. And that's because sperm can live at female body for 5 days. And when female has a shorter cycle, like 21-day cycle, or maybe even 25, and her chances for getting pregnant during periods are higher. Well, the next myth is that it is okay when periods interfere with your daily activities. Like, people think that it's absolutely okay to stay home because of a severe pain that they are experiencing during periods, and or it's okay to stay home because of heavy flow, but actually it might be a sign of pathology, for example, like endometriosis, or sometimes it even might be a sign of miscarriage or ectopic pregnancy. So if your periods interfere with your daily activities, you really should discuss this problem with your doctor, because it may be a sign of pathology and you need to treat it, and there is so many options to fix this condition. And I have a video about dysmenorrhea, which is painful periods, and I have a video about a heavy periods on my YouTube channel, so please watch it to learn more. And now let's move to the next myth. And the next, I would even say, mistake to make during your periods is to change your sanitary products only when it's full. Actually, you need to change your sanitary products every 4 to 6 hours. And that's because the sanitary products create a great environment for bacteria to grow, because it's wet, it's warm, and there is a lack of oxygen. It's a good idea to use pH balanced products for your intimate hygiene, because these products create an acidic environment which can stop these bacteria from growing. And I have a video on my YouTube channel about female hygiene. I would definitely recommend you to watch it to learn more about hygiene and why it's so important. And the next myth and the next mistake is to think that you don't need to track your menstrual cycle. Tracking menstrual cycle is something that everyone should do ever since their first menstruation in life. It's beneficial for female health because it can help you with fertility, and also it can alert you that you have some health conditions. Tracking menstrual cycle will help you to understand when do you have your ovulation, because you can get pregnant 5 days before ovulation and 1 day after. These 6 days are called fertility window, and these 6 days it's the only time of the month when you might get pregnant. So it's very important if you're trying to get pregnant, and so it's very important if you're trying to avoid pregnancy, because you will know that at this time of the month you should have foolproof contraception, or maybe even avoid sexual activity. Another thing that tracking menstrual cycle can help you with is to understand that your cycle is not normal. Maybe you have irregular menstrual cycle or longer bleedings, and it will be a sign that you should go to see a doctor, because it may be a sign of some health conditions that should be evaluated and treated. Knowing what is the length of your menstrual cycle or menstrual bleeding is very helpful for planning your lifestyle and activities. Because if you know that by the end of the month you're going to have menstruation, you wouldn't plan your vacation on that day. And you would know that you better not to wear your favorite white pants tomorrow because your menstruation is about to start, and you better have some sanitary products with you tomorrow. And I would recommend to take a note about any symptoms that you might have during the cycle, like body temperature, discharge, belly pain, headache, bloating, like any symptom that you might have, because sometimes it can help your doctor with the diagnosis. You can track your menstrual cycle with a calendar or pen and paper, but my favorite way of doing it is by using some apps. In this app, you need to indicate first day of your last menstrual cycle. You need to indicate how long is your cycle and how long is your menstrual bleeding. And then app will calculate when you're going to ovulate and when you're going to have your next period. Well, it would be nice to know if you learned something new from this video, so please write it in the comments down below, write your story, and thanks a lot for watching this video. I can't wait to see you soon in my next one. Bye!